Awesome, we are live. And yeah, you can kind of see my chair a little bit in the edge of the shot. But howdy, everybody. Try to make sure I don't knock over anything. Um, yeah, we made it. And no, Fame Star. I was just seeing you had mentioned that you're going to be doing a press release tomorrow representing a community-led food justice coalition in your city, and you're super anxious because you've never done that before. And I assume that means you're going to be, there's going to be cameras, and you're going to be talking to the cameras about something. And Darren, I think you have some advice about that, or
yeah, and it's real simple. If they didn't want to hear from you, they wouldn't be there.
Yeah, so remember that they want to hear from you.
Be yourself, and just tell them about what you're there for, and why it's important.
Yeah, and what I remember you saying that none other than Bob Hope had told you, and there's a long fun story behind that. But what he said, if I remember right, was remember that you what you tell them is what you want them to know.
Right.
What's important for you to, in your mind, that you want them to know about what you do, that you tell them that.
Yeah, and no matter what question they ask, your job is to tell them what you want them to know, and only that.
Yeah. So, but just do that, and think like you're talking to your friends on YouTube, whatever. You'll be fine.
And they're all naked.
Oh yeah. Picture them.
They're naked. You're not.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So, but that's really great stuff. Thank you for all the advice and good wishes. That's great. Yeah, because of what you guys were talking about yesterday, I did actually go and bother to read the news. And I'll have something to say about that later, because everybody's just kind of trickling in. It's Sunday night, and we are observing, of course, the birth of Horus, second of the days upon the year. And Darren, you're looking at me like you were going to ask something maybe a little bit funny.
Is it inappropriate to say push for witnessing the birth of Horus?
Well, I'm going to try and use that as a segue, because what might seem confusing at first is because we know the story that Horus is the son of Isis and Osiris, and he was born in the marshes. The Greek name for the area is Chemis, but it's in the Delta. I believe it's actually near Wajid's hometown. But he's also celebrated as the brother of Osiris and Set, in the days on the year. Really, the reason for that is because you had two independent traditions that merged over time. Because Horus is a very ancient deity, and he became incorporated into the Osiris tradition. But they found a way to kind of harmonize, all of those myths together. And it for us, we try to make sense. Well, wait, it's trying to find a grand unified continuity. I kind of look at that as sort of like the 0 Hour stuff that they did in DC Comics, because you had all these different backstories for characters, especially like Catwoman or whatever. What was she? Was she a jewel thief, or was she a prostitute? Well, let's do something to try and put all of it together in one continuity. We try to do that sort of thing. The Egyptians never had a 0 Hour, in their continuity.
True.
So, they were okay with multiple, timelines.
They were okay with the multiverse.
Yeah. Again, to put it in modern parlance, they were okay with this. So Horus could be both of them. And, some people have tried to argue, well, they're separate deities, and you have Horus the Elder, and that's the one whose birthday is today. It's like, they're sooner or later there's a horizon point where, they're, they all, tie together. And perhaps another way you can think of it is this day was destined to be Horus's birthday, regardless of what else happened. If it was foretold when Ra emerged and created the world that Osiris would come one day, that this day would come, could it also have been foretold that the next day would be his heir, the king of the living? That's another possible way to look at it. So so yeah, and stealthily watching the stream while my parents watched the final game of Copa America soccer. Cool. Go!
Just occasionally stream. Go!
Yeah. And Christian Rebay says, one can make the argument that the deities are inherently outside of common human understanding since they are not human. Absolutely. Yeah, he's born the same date, just years later. Yeah, that's kind of what I was suggesting. So yes, absolutely. So either way, it's the birdie birthday. So we're celebrating. I like to call him my birdie friend. So we're celebrating his birthday today.
Yeah, feathers will fly.
Yes. The sun god with the falcon's head
versus the sun god with the falcon's head. Who will win? Who will lose? How would you know?
Yeah. Oh, look, a surprise visit. Konsu.
Yeah, or here's another one, Montu.
or Stokar.
Mm-hmm.
And here comes the folding chair. Oh my god, it's off the top row.
Yeah, if we could animate that, yeah.
Well, keep in mind, hand animation is very labor intensive.
Yes.
Now, Darren, whatever happens, just remember you're not sticking your head under the sink.
Don't encourage her, those of you on the chat. I can almost feel that.
Well, the thing is, there's a story behind this, and to kind of keep it brief, one of our adopted kids seems to have broken the handle in our shower, thinking that it moved a particular way, and it didn't. So I had to cut everything off, shut it all down, and I had to wash my hair in the sink. So fun times. But now for other fun with cool waters, which are upon my hands. And they purify me. It's Tefnut purifies me. Hail unto you, Unitrudor. We come unto you without falsehood and without evil. Our purity is upon our hands. And we cast out all evil that pertains to us.
I gotta pee, man. Stop. I gotta pee.
We are pure.
Stop. I gotta pee.
All right. But hey, at least you were sticking your head under the sink, right?
I'm pretty sure the altar is laughing right now.
Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure the audience is laughing. Darren will be rejoining us in just a few minutes. Darren, just remember to wash your hands.
I'll come back.
And I assure you, I did nothing to that water, okay? It was just sitting there, same as yesterday.
Same lie she tells every week.
You can ask them. I'm telling you the truth. Yeah. Oh, by the way, Mary Draw, I did see where you tagged me with that link, and I saw the PDF. I just didn't get a chance to reply yet, but yes, I like that. That's really cool. And between that and the affirmations that Sarana has, I think those are all really great ideas. But yeah, I saw that. Now I think in the original instruction, the green stone that they were referring to was malachite. And not emeralds. So wisdom is as rare as malachite. You'll see it as greenstone, in some translations, but can be found among the maids at the grills, the grindstones. But yeah, I saw that and I was like, hey, that's a pretty neat idea. So right now we have plenty of cookies, but that's certainly something if y'all want to do those for fortunes, for readings. I see nothing wrong with that. So go right ahead. But
malachite and turquoise are related to each other.
Well, okay, malachite. I can't remember what the chemical name was, but actually, some of the and sometimes you'll hear this when I step, it'll hit something and kind of click. But certain of the beads in this are actual malachite, and then you have green glass in my my sash here. So yeah, there are malachite beads in it. And I don't remember, chemical geology off the top of my head well enough to know how they're related, but they could both be found in Egypt. And actually, one other thing I'll mention before we light the Eye of Horus here. Another thing that was, we know this was traditionally done for New Year's, was they would use green eye paint, and they would put on green eye paint for New Year's. So I went and I got a cheap thing of green eyeshadow. So when I do some taping outside for New Year's, I'll actually put on some makeup just for the fun of it. But yeah, green. They may not have actually done eyeshadow, but today you could do green eyeshadow and kind of pass it off as something you wanted to do today, but it's in honor of Egyptian New Year's. Come in peace, bright Eye of Horus. Come in peace. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The Eye of Horus shines like Ra in the twin horizons, and evil hides in fear of it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The Eye of Horus destroys the enemies of Ra in all of their abodes, till none remain. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The Eye of Horus comes to the four corners of the world, to everyone who is tuning in with us now and will be joining us in the future and has been with us in the past. This Eye of Horus comes, and we are all purified with it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
We'll light our other candles. We have Mafdet. Okay, there we go. Sekhmet. May Sekhmet bring peace and healing to all of those who need it. And may Mafdet protect us. She protects her father Ra. And we light a candle for Osiris. His birthday was yesterday. And Horus for his birthday. Feel better?
Yes.
Sorry, boo.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
This is poor Darren, LOL.
Yes.
I know. Okay, neat. Chris Uribe says, I went to a museum about crystals in Finland, which said that malachite was known in ancient Egypt for its spiritual properties. That's the thing that also was, thought to have some healing properties, like medicinal properties as well. Of course, that was certainly needed in a dry desert climate where, they didn't. It's funny, Darren and I were joking about that yesterday. They didn't have clear eyes. Wow. And if you get that joke, you're of a certain age.
Yes.
Yeah.
Borderline old.
Yeah.
Not aged, just old.
Yeah.
And what malachite and turquoise have in common is they both are born from copper.
Yeah, the copper content gives them the green and blue coloring.
And on the subject, also, if I remember correctly, at least in some forms of the Book of the Dead, they prescribed the heart scarabs to be a green stone. Some of them are made from faience, but a lot of them are made from malachite, and some of them are made from lapis.
I want to say feldspar was also used, but that's a whole other subject, mineralogy and archaeology. But anyway. You arise in the as Capri, O Ra, spreading your light upon the earth. You set in peace in the mountains of Manu as a tomb, bringing your light to Duat. Shine upon earth as you do in heaven and Duat. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who came from noon at the first time, for such is your uniqueness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Hu at your left side, for such are the words you commanded. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Sia at your right side, for such is your great wisdom. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, whose Hika goes before you, for such is your ability. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who rules with Ma'at upon your brow, for such is your righteousness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, and hail and praise unto you, O Horus, both the elder and son of Isis and Osiris. Hail and praise unto you, O Unechidu, you lords of love and lords of life. Grant us life, well-being, and health. May our eyes perceive your goodness, and our hearts receive your wisdom. May you shine upon us as you traverse the sky, that we may bring to you Ma'at, and cast out his Fet. And may you guard us from the evil one through the dark hours of night, your protection being before us, and your strength being within us. You okay?
Yeah.
Take these, your cool waters, which are the inundation, that they may cool your hearts. Oh, you're not true. These waters are the eye of Horus. Your hearts may be refreshed. Milk, milk, may you taste it in your shrine. May your hearts be refreshed with it. We bring you this milk from the great flood, O Yonachuru. You may be purified with it. We give you incense. We give you incense, great of purity. This incense is the eye of Horus, and its fragrance comes to you. It cleanses you. It adorns you. It takes its place upon your hands. Oh, Yonachuru, we give to you this eye of Horus. Its fragrance comes to you. Take this, your bread on which gods live. This bread is the eye of Horus, O Yonachuru. Lift it to your faces and be at peace with it. Gardens prosper and Hapi rejoices, overflowing with his meal. We fill the eye of Horus for you with wine, O Ra, O Horu. Drink and be pure. The doors of heaven and the doors of earth are open with libations for you within this house. May your faces be refreshed with your libations, your wine, and your water. Pure, pure is Ra Horeketi within his house. Pure, pure is Horus, Lord of the sky, within his house. Pure are the cause of all of these gods with this good myrrh that is given. Jehuti proclaims it. It is written in his house of sacred words. Hapi gives in abundance, thousands of offerings, all things good and pure for Ra Horeketi, for Horu, in every place that their immortal cause dwell. Come to your body, O Ra Horeketi. Come to your body, O Horu. Come to your bodies, O Yonachuru, and come to your invocation. Come unto us, your servants, who are mindful of your feasts and your offerings. Bring your power, your hika, your honor, and your ba to these, your offerings, and partake of them. Come, O people, raise these offerings before the faces of these gods. Lift the offerings before Ra and before Horu. All life comes from them. All health comes from them. All stability comes from them. All good fortune comes from them, as it has since the first time.
Do they have a warm beverage on the offering plate?
A warm beverage? No, they have water, milk, and sparkling grape juice. Standing in for wine, but why?
Oh, it was the incense. The incense was blowing in just the right manner when you were raising it up that it looked like there was something warm in the cup.
Oh, well, hey, maybe somebody wants a cup of Joe. But yeah, you actually see the smoke from the incense rolling off of it. Now I did get a personal notice from somebody that Anubis likes coffee, which is funny because that's one more thing that dogs cannot have. But I don't know who else would like coffee.
Well, I like coffee.
But I mean, among the gods, who else likes coffee? Ora Horketi and your son, the Osir Nisu Nebkapurura. Your foes retreat from you. Horus turns himself to his eye. Turn yourselves to these, your offerings, and receive them from our hands. And from the table of the gods.
At this point in time, tea is really popular in Egypt. I'm sure the gods have probably sampled it.
Oh yeah. Well, there was a I don't remember what special it was that I was watching years ago. What it was, but there was somebody who field archaeologists went over there, and of course they weren't drinking the water because they didn't want to get traveler's ailments. So he was drinking a lot of tea. And he said he was never more caffeinated in his entire life as he was when he was in Egypt. So from the table of the gods to the table of the blessed dead, we light this candle that it may be the eye of Horus that lights their way in Duat. And we pour these cool waters from the table of Osiris. Their hearts may be refreshed. Horekere ta henket kakao abdu sunachirmahat khutnebet nafra wabet on ketnachirim and cow and akunibu macharenibu hirnachara. A voice offering bread and beer, 1,000 beef and fowl, incense, oils, and all good and pure things on which a god lives, because of all of these blessed dead. I'll true a voice before the great God. And now we come unto you, O Ra, as Jehuti comes, our hands joined under Ma'at. Ma'at has come to be with you in every place where you are. An offering of Ma'at is made unto you, that your heart may be pleased and your ka shall live. Truly, your Aeneid has Ma'at, for they know you live in her. The Aeneid says unto you, your word is law, eternally. Isfet is cast out by your word. Rejoicing is yours every day. And Ma'at has taken her place in your shrine. May we always act with gentility and compassion, such as the first Ma'at. May we always offer charity and hospitality, such as the second Ma'at. May we always respect consent and fidelity, for such as the third Ma'at. May we always avoid violence and promote wellness, for such as the fourth Ma'at. May we always speak words of truth, such as the fifth Ma'at. May we always promote the public good, such as the sixth Ma'at. May we always act humbly and with temperance, such as the seventh Ma'at. May we always honor our gods and respect others, such as the eighth Ma'at. May we uphold Ma'at like Jehuti, that we may witness Ra's perfection every day. And for our man of the hour, as it were. Let's see. Hail unto you, Horus, defender of your father Osiris, and support of your mother Isis. You're the champion of Ra who destroys his wicked foes. Lofty one, falcon of the horizon, shining like gold in the dawn. You establish Ma'at in her place, and you rule the living on earth as your father rules those in Duat. And another one. Praise unto you, O God of Behdet, Lord of the sky, splendid winged disk who shines in the horizon, you beautiful sun who illuminates the darkness, splendid child who illuminates the earth, Iris of the Ujat, who lights the two lands with his rays, fair of face, hovering one, armored, majestic, clothed in gold. You arise as Capri when you emerge from noon, your rays spreading over the world. Shine upon earth as you do in heaven. Hail unto you, O Horus, great god, lord of the sky, great falcon, dappled of plumage, ruler of flying. Winged disk upon the two lands, Sia falcon, united with the sun disk. Holy god, falcon of gold. Okay. Oh, okay. Kristen was saying I have to send a picture of my tea collection. Do you have any chai or cardamom tea? But actually, I'm waiting for Amazon Prime Day to order some more because should be able to do it without paying for shipping. That's how that's supposed to work.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But
I wish I could get paid.
Oh, well. That's next week.
So much.
Every time I hear it, Amazon Prime Day, I remember that joke.
Oh, and I guarantee you, this week my feed will be filled with memes about how, remember the reason for this day, Optimus Prime died to give you, and there's going to be clips from the original movie, and I'm like, haha, yeah, funny. But, why not? I think my favorite one was the kid who had the Prime costume, and it was all Amazon boxes.
Yeah, he made it up like Optimus Prime, but it was all Amazon boxes. Yeah,
that was cute. But no, I actually went and I looked and I saw what was on the news yesterday, and as I said yesterday, this what we do here hasn't. There's no place for politics there, but I do.
Go ahead.
I do have two observations that I wanted to share that have more to do with just living life and being human beings, if I may. Because for one, Mr. Trump was nicked in his ear. That means you're literally 2 inches from death. My hope would be that anybody in that kind of a situation who has that kind of a brush with death realizes today is a gift. Tomorrow is a gift. And every day from here on out is a gift. And takes that as an opportunity to think about what's most important in your life. What matters the most to you? Maybe go home and hug your loved ones and be glad to see them again. That's what I would hope. And as for the kid who did that, and I say that because when they said this dude was 20 years old, I think that's young enough to be my kid. And it makes me sad. And especially to hear that this is somebody who was, bullied at school, and all that. Anybody who feels bullied and alone, I hope they find someplace like us, like this channel, someplace where, they can be accepted, and we'll talk to you, and we'll pull a fortune for you if you want, and you'll be with friends and not have to feel alone. The other thing that's sad about it is when you do something like that I'm pretty sure he knew that was, going to kill him. The problem when you do something like that is you're banking on tomorrow not being any better than today. You're banking on the idea that it will not get better from here. And that's unfortunate. And that goes against what we do here. Because the idea is that the world is created anew at sunrise. You know, that whole thing about tomorrow is another day. And I can also say this because you and I, Darren, are old enough to know that it may seem hard, especially when you're young and you're in your 20s, and you know you might be struggling with a lot of things and you just don't have a lot of experience because you haven't been around enough. You haven't seen Ra come up enough times to know that some things do get better and bear out if you just hold on for one more day
and work through it.
Right. And be patient and don't give up and look, for somebody, even if it's, again, a friendly place online like us, I'd like to think. But at 20 years old, you have your whole life ahead of you. And I would hate to think that somebody feels that's the only way they can make a mark in the world, especially because this was a kid that was working at a nursing home, taking care of people. He doesn't realize the little bit of difference he was making for people every day.
Yeah.
And if you can't think of at least 5 or 6 things that you could do to make a positive mark in the world, other than trying to pull a stunt like that, that's unfortunate, because you're throwing away all that potential that you don't even know about, people that you haven't met yet, experiences that you haven't had yet, again, because you're banking on the idea that you're never going to have that. And that's what's really sad about it. So that's the kind of message I would want to give to anybody who might happen to catch this stream someday. I hope that these words make a difference for somebody and give somebody a reason to think about it and say, well, wouldn't you rather bank on the possibility that Ra's going to come up again and show you something that you didn't see yesterday? End of sermon.
Yeah, and the only thing I can say is I'm grateful that, his loved ones didn't lose their dad. And I hope it brings them closer. And I hope this leads to a kind of wisdom and kindness that is uncommon, but we all need to share it.
Yeah. And Anzu Corderoidinos, thank you for what you're saying. I would like to say I'm grateful to have a network of other Kemetics, even though I'm not the most active always. That's okay. You're here, and that's great. And I remember what it was like to be bullied in school too. And it's unfortunate, but it's funny. There's a quote from Cowboy Bebop that I think is rather appropriate. There's nothing as pure and cruel as a child. Unfortunately, sometimes that's the case. But again, just hang in there, because
children are so young that they don't quite see what their own influence is.
Yeah, and especially when you're growing up, you only know what your parents teach you or don't teach you. So, but yeah, and I'm glad to have you guys too. So, with that being said, as I was setting up the cookies and everything, there was one that fell out by itself, and I said, "Oh, Horus, you must have given that for us for our fortune for tonight." So this is the one for everyone, and I need to post on the Facebook group what yesterday's was, because and these are our ones from last year, and we're starting the ones for this year. And of course, Fridays was You Will Achieve Success this year. yesterday. Yet let your hook always be cast. In the pool where you least expect it will be fish. Now let's see what Horus has to tell us today. So we're going to open up that cookie and then we'll move on to rest of it. Oh my. It says respect people's dietary restrictions. Huh. What's fun with that though is according to sources, pork is taboo for Horus.
Mm-hmm.
So
luckily we're having shrimp.
Yeah, but you know what? That may mean go easy on the pork. Actually, you know that's funny. This is something that is relevant for me too because I'm having to watch some things in my diet now too. So, so respect people's dietary restrictions. That's kind of interesting. Now, I will say this. There's one other fortune that I had gotten sometime many years ago, and I keep it actually in the shrine at Maat's feet. And I think it's worth reading it again because I think it's a good message overall. And it says, have faith in the force of right and not in the right of force. Also something relevant for right now. Have faith in the force of right and not in the right of force. And Horus says, respect people's dietary restrictions.
Good thing hamburgers and no pork.
So, okay. Well, if some other folks have requests for fortunes, go ahead and put those little icons up there, and we'll do some of those. And I see our first one. Okay, so we got Discord cookies from Vera, from Kristen, and Spicy Phoenix asking for one for Session already. Steelers Nation, hey, good to see you again. Surreal atmosphere of the Steel City. Oh, that's right, Pittsburgh. Yeah, this happened. This was pretty close to you guys, so I'm sure y'all are feeling pretty weird right now, but we love you. And Common Tie, a famous Pittsburgh Steeler, right, was Terry Bradshaw?
Yes.
So he's from our area. Actually, he went to the same college Darren and I did. So
we went to the same college, and he lived. He has a family ranch somewhere here in Shreveport.
Or in this area. So yeah. So cool. But alrighty. So yeah, let's pick up with Vera from Discord, and then for Kristen. But yeah, and I feel you about the borderline diabetes. Actually, I just got they vampired me last week and told me I have elevated cholesterol, and so I'm like, okay, no more fried foods. Okay, so for Vera, be not simply good, be good for something. Be not simply good, be good for something. That's for Vera. And for Kristen, Kristen, today, make it your mission to encourage those who cross your path. Today, make it your mission to encourage those who cross your path. And by the way, thank you for helping with the Discord chat and relaying messages. So you're doing a part of that already. Keep up the good work. Today, make it your mission to encourage those who cross your path. Okay, and Spicy Phoenix asking for one from Lady Sesha. And I need to make a candle of her. Could be our new candle for this year. All right, Spicy Phoenix. Your financial vision will lead to financial success. So keep balancing your checkbook. Your financial vision will lead to financial success. Okay. Oh goodness. Well, actually, I can understand. Darren has a problem with that too, because she's saying, "I wish my cholesterol was just a little elevated. I have hereditary cholesterol and it's through the roof." And
Roger.
What really sucks is some of the medications have side effects, and you have muscle cramps and stuff like that. And so we've had to go through several of them and keep running into that.
Yeah, but I found one that finally works and no pain.
Yeah, so keep at it and ask him about the newer medication if you have trouble with the same thing. But okay, so is that from Hathor? And Amitai also from Hathor. So Lady Hathor, send some love. Is that first to start does not mean first to cross the finish line. First to start does not mean the first to finish the cross the finish line. Yeah, so don't worry if others are ahead of you, and also don't be in a rush to get to that finish line. First to start does not necessarily mean first to finish. Okay, and so that was Izzat. And now for Amitai. Okay, Amitai. Sports teach us the value of teamwork. Your contributions are essential. Now, B, were you the one saying that you were actually watching, or your family was watching soccer? But yes, sports teach us the value of teamwork. Your contributions are essential. So I think the meaning behind that is don't think that you're not contributing anything of value, because you are. The whole thing about, a team and everybody being an essential part of it. Don't think that you're not. So again, messages of encouragement. So let me scroll down here. Katie Horton from whomever about my health, please. Okay, and all right, and then Fane starts with, I'd like one for host tonight. I feel called. But all right, so for Katie, here we go. Challenges will help you grow and learn. So, Katie, challenges will help you grow and learn. But you know what that also means? It won't kill you either. So don't worry about that. Okay, challenges will help you grow and learn. You'll get better, and you'll be better for it. Okay, I got some faint stars asking Horus, and I barely had to shake it. I think that it was his way of saying Roger that. So faint star, you are loved. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. How about that, my friend? You are loved. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
I think that spells it out.
Yeah. From Horus. So there you go, faint star. Okay, and Ashley Spradley from Sekhmet. Ashley Sakara Spradley. It's from Lady Sekhmet. Right, we need to read for her too. Wow, this is interesting. February will bring stability and security to your financial situation.
That's awfully specific.
Yeah. February will bring stability and security to your financial situation. Now, here's the fun thing with that. It's on next calendar year by the secular year, but it's within the upcoming Kemetic year. So this Kemetic year, some things will start to change. And February will bring stability and security to your financial situation. So, actually, that sounds like some good news. Okay, and B, I'll take a cookie for myself and a friend, please. Okay. And then that one person 46, I love it. From Border and Sobek. Okay, and then I see another Discord request. Cool. So, So B, we're going to pull one for you and then one for your friend. So here's one for you. Oh, there we go. "21st century." We have QR codes on the back of the fortunes from the fortune cookies. Success in your work continues to bring good fortune your way. So B, success in your work continues to bring good fortune your way. And now for your friend. For your friend, trust in the journey of self-discovery. You are evolving. And now remember, what does Kepri mean in Egyptian? The evolver, the the transformer, if you will. So for your friend, tell them to trust in the journey of self-discovery. They are evolving. So, okay, and yeah, for that one person from Horus and Sobek. Why do I get the sense that Horus and Sobek are capable of horsing around like they're brothers? Wow. Okay, excuse me, that one person, your hard work will pay off this Thursday.
They're being very specific to it.
Yeah. So your hard work will pay off this Thursday. So keep it up. And you know what? Thursday is Egyptian New Year's. So yes. And what I may end up having to do, because the forecast is consistently saying scattered thunderstorms throughout the day. So what I may end up having to do is bring everyone here out early, like maybe like for Isis's birthday on Tuesday or something, and film some things, and we'll see if we've got an open window to go out, and we'll live stream like the bonfire and the fun stuff like that, and then I'll put everything else together for Friday. Everything that was like sunshine dependent, so you guys can see it all on Friday. That's what I'm thinking would be the best way to make sure that we don't have a rain out. Because the last thing I want to have happen is have everybody set up out there and we're ready to go, and Set decides to crash the party.
Well, I mean, he's invited already, but I don't want him to ruin the party.
Yeah. It's like, Set, not again, because he does that sometimes. But okay, so Kristen Rebate saying Discord cookie request from Ita Towerstrat. So we will pull one for them. It's a counter threat. Your positive attitude will attract abundance in June. Also, quite specific, but pass on to them. Your positive attitude will attract abundance in June. And the thing that stuck out to me about that is that's June is when we have a feast for Set. And if they're named for the Pharaoh Tower Shret, I think Set has a connection with her family as well. So I guess to pass on to them that Set might be the one they need to ask about that, or let guide them. But their positive attitude will attract abundance in June. But keep working on it now. We're laying the groundwork for things every day. So Alzil and then Threlo. And then Serana. Oh wow, it's Spicy Beans is saying that's insane. I just had a long talk with my dad tonight about my finances. How about that? So All right. Picking up with Owlzeal. A surprise visit from a loved one is in your future. So, Owlzeal, a surprise visit from a loved one is in your future. I hope it brings something good. And Thralo. Thralo. At 20 years of age, the will reigns. At 30, the wit. At 40, the judgment. At 20 years of age, the will reigns. At 30, the wit. At 40, the judgment. As in, wisdom and, yeah, I can say,
I think that's partially true, but you know what?
Huh.
It also hooks up at 50.
Oh yeah, it gets more refined at 50. Yeah, well,
yeah, I can say that.
Yeah. So Thralo,
I guess I'll have to let you know in a few years.
Yeah, well, I turned 47 at the end of this month.
Right.
So I'm, I trailed Darren by 3 years. And it's kind of surreal to think that I am the same age that my grandmother was when I made her a grandmother. But that's what happens down in the South when women start having kids at a young age. But Sarana, and then Jade and Mohika. Sarana, don't talk loudly in public spaces.
Inside voice.
Don't talk loudly in public spaces. But the other thing that the sense that I immediately got from that is don't let yourself be overheard. So don't talk loudly in public spaces, which also the Egyptians valued, being quiet and when not, speaking loudly in places that didn't call for it.
Such as in a temple.
Huh?
Such as in a temple.
Yeah. Yeah, and when they would read off all the terrible things Set had done, and when they were about to do execrations, in Abydos, one of the things that they mentioned that he did this and he did that, he ate the sacred fish and he did something to the goddess and then he yelled in the temple, and so these were all things that were bad to do. But don't talk loudly in public spaces. Like I said, Sarana, I get the sense that that's aimed at not being overheard for something you don't want overheard by random people. So Jaden and then Gabriel from Sobek, please. We don't have any crocodile bones. Actually, you know what? Alligator, I think, is legit. Because they actually have a teeny tiny little alligator figure here. What were we calling? I think we were referring to if he had a local manifestation here, I think it would be Sobek of the Bayou, or something like that.
Yeah.
So we kind of consider alligator around here to be his local form, but we'll certainly get a reading from him. But let's get Jaden first.
Yeah, he has his own crew after all.
Huh?
He He had his own crew after all.
Yes, here in our area there is a crew of Sobek. And I have some big gaudy green beads from the crew of Sobek. But for Jaden, be open to feedback. It's a path to improvement. Jaden, be open to feedback. It's a path to improvement. So I really get the sense. Pay attention this week. If someone gives you some feedback on something, don't blow them off. And so, Gabriel. Your greatest passions are the ones that fuel your soul. Your greatest passions are the ones that fuel your soul. And so I think that's a message. Those are the ones to concentrate on. What are the things? And I think you had mentioned you were kind of exploring with the folk Catholicism and kind of blending that with other traditions. And that's there's nothing wrong with that. And I think Sobek is telling you that's okay. Just follow what feeds you. Your greatest passions are the ones that fuel your soul. Oh, I don't have any space on my altar at the moment. Do you think I could honor both Sobek and the alligator spirit I have on a shelf by offering them in tandem?
Why not?
Yeah, why not? You could see the alligator as sort of the servant of Sobek. So that is one of his own. So ask him to extend the offerings, from you. Yeah. Oh, Spicy Phoenix, your birthday is on the 18th on Kemetic New Year. That's
Happy
awesome.
birthday.
Happy birthday. Yeah, and I think that's appropriate. That one person says, I've been at the end of my rope lately, but Horu is forever radiant in my life. Recently started my worship with Lord Sobek, and he has been nothing but gentle yet firm and incredibly inspiring. And I think that gentle but firm is absolutely spot on. I've noticed the same thing. So, okay, and so Laurel Karakish. This sounds like your first time. Welcome. Now, question: do you have any forms of podcast or anything? Your channel's been so helpful. This is what I have right now because I thought about doing a podcast at one point, but so much to do.
Yes.
So there's this, and then of course there's the Discord, and I'll need to put up a link for that. And that's a great place to come and talk with people and everything, especially after service. And Mrs. Jackal is wanting to do a hangout, on the night of New Year's, so Thursday night. So I'll give you a link to that. That's what we have, so far. And I try to make sure I get videos out every month, and so I'll be working on something for this month. I do have the Patreon though, and they've made some changes where you can join Patreon for free. And I try to put out a little something for everyone, even the unpaid members. But you also have $1 and up, you get other extra things like early releases and stuff.
If I may be so bold, we'd have to have a lot more money coming in to take care of things that she wouldn't have to be responsible for. I have to say, Sharon takes care of an amazing amount of stuff for not only this church, but this house and this family. Because I'm not on 2 feet, she has to do everything else.
Yes, I mow the grass.
She mows the grass. She tends to the garden. She keeps the place clean. She tends to me. She tends to the gods. She tends to you.
And the ducks.
And the ducks.
Yeah, but yeah, and by the way, I am also I had to set aside the work on getting everything the project of getting the incorporation documents together but I haven't forgotten about it, and I'll be posting more questions and hopefully getting a chance to talk with people more about that coming up pretty soon. But for Laurel, and by the way, we did get some super stickers, and I want to say thank you for those. And for Laurel, a lifetime of supportive mentors will guide you. A lifetime of supportive mentors will guide you. So that sounds like another positive message. And you know, it's funny. We've gotten quite a bit of those, but Horus tends to do that. So Kendra says, I wanted to say happy birthday to Horus. Thank you for the celebration. That's great. Yeah. Okay, Katie's having to step out to take pain meds. Thank you so much for being with us. And don't worry, if you saw a flicker, that's probably an air conditioner kicking in. Yes, right. As a matter of fact, it was the one across the hall. We're on the same breaker as it.
We love you, Katie.
Yeah, but we absolutely we love you. Get to feeling better, and let me. Why do I keep hitting that? It's been really strange, but let me get that Discord link for everybody, and that link is good for 7 days, basically. Okay. Invite people. Here's that Discord link. There we go. And was that the last one? Yeah, Laura. Okay. So that's the Discord link. If anybody else needs another cookie, or I say another, if anybody else who hasn't gotten one needs one, just go ahead and let us know. And if anyone else has got requests for prayers for anything, then go ahead and put that up there too. And we're going to go ahead and wrap it up, but that doesn't mean, that if you get a request in, we won't stop and do that, because, we make sure everybody gets what they came for. Hail unto you, Atum. Hail unto you, Capri. You come into being upon the primeval hill. You shine forth upon the shrine of the phoenix in Yunu. You breathe out Shu and Tefnut. May the giving of these offerings endure, as the name of Atum, foremost of the great Enid, endures. May they endure as the name of Shu, Lord of Upper Menset in Yunu, endures. As the name of Tefnut, mistress of Lower Menset in Yunu, endures. As the name of Geb at the Earth's Ba endures. As the name of Nut in the shrine of Shanit in Yunu, endures. As the name of Osir, Kentiamentiu, endures. As the name of Aset in Echeru endures. As the name of Sutek in Nubet endures. As the name of Horus in Pei endures. As the name of Wajit in Dep endures. As the name of Chehuti in Khamenyu endures. As the name of Ra in the Akhet endures, likewise for eternity. You have come in peace, O Ra. You have come in peace, O Horu. You have come in peace, O Yunachuru. May you go forth in peace, O Ra, O Horu. May you go forth in peace, O Yunachuru, to every place your immortal cause wish to be. May you sail in joy in the Manjet bark, and rest content in the Sektet bark. And may you smile upon us, your humble servants. Okay. Okay. Oh, yeah. All right. One for Snarky, since they weren't able to. Because I was kind of wondering about that, but absolutely, we'll pull one for Snarky. Okay, sarcastic. All right, for Snarky, the love of friends is a lifeline in times of trouble. The love of friends is a lifeline in times of trouble. So pass that on for them. Because we love them. We love Snarky. And if they have a hard time with anything, don't hesitate to reach out. Okay. Oh, with the dead and spirits of the nature. So I'm trying to connect with ancestors, animal spirits, particularly those dogs, like alligators. So back. Oh well. And that sounds like a really interesting, journey of exploration, and absolutely keep going with that, because you're going to have something really unique but really awesome as you build that. But all right, and yeah, it's time to get some rest, because I know it's 10 o'clock where we are, and we're coming into the work week, so it might be kind of tight for some people to tune in as we go along, but that's okay. There are plenty of people that tune in after the fact, and for everyone who's tuned in and made it this far, we love you and thank you for that. And of course, remember,
and for everyone who watches it after the fact, we love you and thank you.
Well, yeah, and that's what I mean. Somebody who's watching it after the fact, and not waiting on a cookie of their own, but still, tunes in to the end. We, this is your surprise message. We love you too, and we will continue this tomorrow with the Birth of Set, and I'm going to ask him ahead of time to cut us a break and let us get some things done tomorrow, and come celebrate in the evening. So. All right. That's right, because Kristen, where you're at, it's actually morning. So thank you for being with us.
Thank you, Kristen. It means a lot, really.
Yes, it does. And be safe and well. Have a great week. See you tomorrow for the Birth Set.
Take care, everyone.
Oh, love you too, Gabriel. Thank you. Loving all the hearts, and thank you for the stickers. Yeah. And yeah, catch us tomorrow, same time, and we'll see you soon.